Hello, my spicy friends. Today, we're going to be showcasing some Rotom gameplay in the Catch Cup because, Rotom just came out a few days ago. I was kind of slacking off when making this video. Probably could have gotten it out yesterday, but just didn't really feel like it. But that's alright. Um, so what is there to say about Rotom? Let's start with that. I just got a boost there. That's pretty cool. I appreciate that. Rotom is pretty squishy. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Ominous Wind is a bad move. I believe we've been over this, but Thundershock plus Thunderbolt as a combo is always pretty good. I guess I feel like Rotom, I think the problem here is pretty obvious. Rotom could probably use either Volt Switch or a better Ghost Charge move. Give it Shadow Ball. That'd be cool. But no, we're stuck with Ominous Wind, which, it looked really good there, and boosting up a bunch was really funny. But unfortunately, yeah, this is the best Ominous Wind's gonna do for us all game, which is totally fine. Probably most is we're gonna get all throughout this entire set. So as for my team, Rotom, of course, that's the Pokemon I'm showing off. Annihilate is a really good safe switch, and Skarmory does Skarmory things. Pretty much also because these are some of the only Pokemon I had built. I am just now realizing I had the shiny Skarmory sprite when this is not my shiny Skarmory, but yeah, doesn't really matter all that much. Plus, it just looks cooler, who's gonna complain? Anyway, Skarmory itself is coming in, and we have basically won the game. A lot of skill there, we got a bunch of boosts, and then Annihilate came in and Annihilate all over them. I guess now, while we have this going on, nothing really interesting is happening on my stream. We can probably talk about Annihilate's moveset. I've seen a bunch of different movesets for Annihilate, but this is the one I like the most, just because it has the most nuke potential. And I think Annihilate is just bulky enough to get off a few charge moves while it's alive. So I like this one the most. I can see the vision for Night Slash or Ice Punch, and there have been games where I wish I've had either, but I think this is good. Anyway, back to Rotom. As you can see, we have a very awesome lead for Rotom because obviously we resist their counters. Double resistance because immunities aren't a thing in Pokemon Go. And we're just going to Ominous Wind all over them. They are definitely going to shield this, or at least get a decent chunk of damage. So we get their shield, that's totally fine, and now we're just going to outpace them because Rotom did something cool. So if we win this matchup, not only do we win Switch, but we also get a shield advantage, and understandably my opponent is not too pleased about that. But they're going to bring in Dragonair, and just in time, I switch my Rotom out for Annihilate. I don't really know how much difference it makes, but that was almost a pretty good snipe by my opponent there. But I was just fast enough so that wasn't the case. Anyway, I'm going to try to get a bunch of energy off with Annihilate because I feel like being greedy. I don't really think going for the counter farm down was the play, because then they probably would have got my other shield, and yeah. I'm fine maintaining a shield advantage here. We're still in a very good position, as you can see. They're bringing Poliwrath back in, which is fine. Go for it. Bring your Poliwrath back in, I don't care. I'll just farm you down, or not, because they have Icy Wind. So I'm going to get a little bit more energy, and then go for a close combat. Maybe I could have gone for 1 or 2 more counters there, but I was pretty sure they had some extra energy left over, and I didn't want to risk it. So that's fine. And in comes Gligar. Yeah. This game is basically over. I love Skarmory. Skarmory is just... oh man, it is a very one-dimensional Pokemon. So it feels good when you can kind of just mindlessly tap away with it, but when you're up against it, it's frustrating. So I guess I'm saying is it feels good to be on the opposing, not the opposing end, the delivering end of the Skarmory. Yeah, whatever. Whatever the opposite of the opposing end is. Yeah, that's what I'm at. That's what I've got in Skarmory. And I probably didn't have to catch a Rotom, but I guess I just felt like going for the flex. Rotom was really pulling its weight here by surviving a dig. I mean, dying in a dig. And my opponent doesn't let me BM with the Brave Bird, so they back out. That's fine. Next game, Clodsire, horrendous lead. I think my plan here is to switch to Annihilate and pretend I have Ice Punch or something. Either way, that didn't really work. If they knew I had Ice Punch, if they thought I had Ice Punch, then they wouldn't have swapped to Gligar. So they probably know I don't have it. And I'm kind of fond of just losing lead here because my plan is just hope Skarmory can sweep a bunch. I'm going to get some chip off with Shadow Ball here. That's a lot of damage. And yeah, Annihilate's down. And now it's time to bring in the Skarmory. One of the few Pokemon I managed to get for Catch Cup. That's pretty awesome. The other Pokemon I got that's awesome is Annihilate. Yeah, I think a lot of people do have pretty good Pokemon thanks to Community Day we got on December, which if they're going to keep doing Catch Cups, that's probably how they should all be done, you know. Give us at least a lot of good options of Pokemon to catch. And it seems like a lot of people haven't had any trouble getting stuff for Catch Cups, so I may have to consider building one or two more things. You know, not a lot, but it's what we've got for the next couple days. Or Little Cup, Little Cup Catch Cup, yeah. Catch Cup Little Cup Edition, yeah, that's what it's called. You know, that format almost had potential until it turned out Bronzor was a seasonal spawn. I gotta know what they were thinking there. But it doesn't matter. We're gonna hit him with a Brave Bird. Womp womp. Get some good chip off. Try to farm with Rotom a little bit. Yeah, the game's pretty much over here. I was thinking maybe I can get a deep AF boost with Ominous Wind and scare him. But I really should have known better, even if I did get deep boost. Yeah, this sucks. I was considering being kind of ballsy and laying that through, but yeah, I think at this point the game was pretty much over. And as you can definitely see, this is one of Rotom's flaws. It doesn't really have a good way to fight back against ground types. It just gets out bulked. Like, there's not much you can do. It's just kind of sad. Like, okay, goodbye, Rotom. You got the boost, and yet you still died. As cool as this is for Skarmory, I don't think it can handle whatever's in the back. Plus Clodsire that has a good amount of energy, a good amount of HP. Yeah, I'm thinking it's over. So unless I can farm down, yeah, I managed. They swapped in. I farmed them down. Now the question is, can I get to a Brave Bird here? Knock him out. Skydeck. You know, I almost thought this game was over, but you know, we are so close. We are so back. Come on, Skarmory, knock him out. And this game hurts my soul, man. Look, they had one hit point. Barely a hit point, and we still lost. Man, that sucks. But that's okay. We're going to move on to the next game here, because we're cool like that. In comes Galvantula. Bit of a spooky lead for us to go up against, because, well, we're both pretty glass, but the thing is Galvantula just has better moves. I probably could have let the lunge through or whatever, but here's the thing. I shielded it up because Rotom is just so fucking frail that, like, look at this thing. You've seen it before. Look how much it's getting chunked by resistant Volt Switches. This is embarrassing. We are gonna die. And I don't really have a good answer for Galv either. Like, I could try to catch a lunge on Annihilate, but then what? Then they just switch to something else, so I guess this is my best play. Gotten both their shields. Fantastic. Alright. Yeah, I'm going to bring in Annihilate and try to go for the Shadow Ball here. It's going to be brutal, but yeah. And the thing that sucks is I still have to shield because I have to watch out for their discharge. Even though we, like, double resist lunge because ghost and fighting. Like, those are types that both resist bug because whoever made the bug type hates bugs. Anyway, yeah, they lunge because of course they do. So I'm going to try to get a little bit of energy off. I can get to another. Unfortunately, I fuck up here. Yeah, I got a little bit greedy. I tried to go for close combat here, which, you know, I probably would have knocked him out, but they go for lunge. Holy fuck, why they do that? Is this like lunge plus energy ball? That might be the case. Anyway, close combat, just knocked him out. And in comes their own Annihilate, which gives me some hope. We're going to go for the Shadow Ball here, of course, because why not? And boom. Alright, that's like 80%. And in comes Shadow Bastiodon. Oh boy, I sure do love going up against Bastiodon. Like I said, Skarmory is pretty one-dimensional. Bastiodon is pretty one-dimensional too. This is like the one Pokemon that makes me wish I had Flash Cannon, so good job. Yeah, we're just gonna lose. Wait, why didn't they go for like Flamethrower there? It is a Shadow, so maybe my opponent just couldn't afford it. Or they had frustration. You know what? That is totally reasonable, totally fine. And yeah, this hurts my soul. I hate this. So we can bring in Annihilate. Unfortunately, as much as we're chunking here, it's sadly just not enough. Oh well, yeah. Fun team. I like this team a lot. This is a fun team. I like Rotom. Rotom is fun. I just wish he were a little better. Anyway, this is a second Decidueye of the night, but that's totally fine. As you can probably tell, it's probably because of the community day thing we had around December, plus we had a Rowlet Decidueye community day recently. That's more likely. I'm just stupid, and I forgot that Decidueye was not featured on the December community day because it was only added in January, which, you know, comes after December. Anyway, they got the Spirit Shackle defense debuff, but that doesn't matter because I'm not going to let them hit me with a charge